to do a little jelly printing with you. I've got Dina Wakley this evening, art journaling, and so I thought that I would just work with her colors today and see if that doesn't inspire us. Turn that off. Switch cameras. There we go. My jelly plate is a little compromised right now, so what I'm going to start with is a cleansing lift with just some white paint. My Basics titanium white. Liquitex Basics titanium white. And I'm going to brayer it down. And I'm going to use some deli paper. And I'm going to really let it adhere before I pull it up and see if I can't get some of that grunge off. Okay. Encouraging. All right, I've got a fair amount of it. A little ghost print in there somewhere. I think this is from back when I was using my cut glass plates to make patterns on my jelly plates. Kind of cool. I will save that. Didn't get it all off. If I was really worried about it, I would get my baby wipes out. But I'm not, because I'm not. So what I'm going to do today is start by brayering on. I'm really, let's see, where did I put it? I've got this color that I'm super into right now that we're going to use tonight. Yeah, sage. Sort of this elephant gray color, which actually it isn't because she has a color called elephant gray, so don't quote me on that one because it's not the same thing. And that's one of her new, this is one of her new stencils. We're going to be using that tonight. It's part of the kit that you're going to get tonight is that stencil. And I'm going to let this dry a little bit. And let's see, maybe this apricot color. Let's get a piece of paper and clean off my brayer so I don't contaminate. And then I'm going to drip this on here and there. A little bit of a theme, kind of matches what's already on here. Trying to get that thin veil of color down to act as the glue. Yeah, this camera, it's crooked. Ooh. Oh, yes. Love it. Still got a little grunge coming up. Got a little mosaic look to that. I like that a lot. A lot. Let's see what happens. So what I did is, because I was kind of leaning into Dina Wakley today, is I pulled out the Dina Wakley stencils that I have. Let's see how these work. That was that sage color. I want to see what happens if I add a little marine, which is this sort of beautiful darkish blue. A little teal in there maybe. Oh goodness. I don't know about you guys, but it is allergy season here in Southern California and we are all a little miserable. Lots of sniffles going around. Post-nasal drip. All right. I'm printing on top of the print I just pulled. And you know what, I'm going to do it again, but with a different color. Oh no, here it comes. Oh, excuse me, I apologize. That is allergies. For sure. Oh no, now they're starting. I'm sorry. I'll try not to be too snuggly. You know how it is sometimes you go from one place to another and then it just hits you. Something maybe outside is blooming. I don't know. That's fine until a second ago though. All right, so I'm just going to do another one on top of this. Cool. Beans. So you can see I've now got 4 different layers on here. I've got the 2 colors I did with my first print, and then I have 2 prints of this star. I might leave that. I'm going to do something at the end just to prep you a little bit for the idea of the class tonight. So if you're inclined to join us, there are a couple spots left. That's one. This is one of her mini. It's called her mini collection. I can't remember exactly the words that they used, but these are some of my favorite stencils of hers, all in one little collection. Mini something. I highly recommend them. They're a great combination for ATCs, small scale journals. They really work. Oh, always try and match your caps. Let's see, what color do I want in the background? I think I'm gonna go with this peachy color again because I just think it's so nice. It's such a nice background color for all of this. I'm just dabbling it on. So far I've used olive, apricot, marine, cheddar, sage, and titanium white in the liquidate spaces. That's what I've done so far. Oh, yes. Oh, now that's happiness. Look at that. That's awesome. Got a little ghost print in there. Got my colors interacting nicely. So that peach got a little contaminated by the orange, which just made this sort of rich apricot color in the back. Or that apricot to peach. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, that I like that. I like that a lot. It's very happy. Makes me happy. Here are my squirrels. I actually, you know what? This might be done. This one. It's so chunky that it's not going to lie on the, yeah, it's just not. Okay, that's a bummer. All right, I'm going to use this one instead. And I'm going to go, let me think if there's another color. This Sedona, this is sort of rich red color that she has. Orangey red, very Santa Fe-esque. I think she lives in Arizona, so that makes sense, right? And she's not in Hawaii or somewhere exotic diving. She's a big diver. She does a lot. All right, cool beans. And then, oh, look, I have 2 of that. That's how much I like it. And I'm going to come in again with this olive color. Oh, we're just going to do it this way. Just really think about where I'm putting my colors down. Cool. I'm going to give this a second to dry because I really, really want to pick this up. Like a heat gun, and let's see what happens. You want to be really careful with your heat gun because you don't want to melt your plate. Do not heat gun a homemade jelly plate. And you just want to get it so that your paint has a little skin on it so you can roll down a color on the background and have it pick up. But do not heat gun a homemade jelly plate. It's basically Jell-O, and you will melt it. And then you'll have a sick mess. That's kind of fun. Squidge. Probably a little too much paint in the end doing it that way. You can see how it's sort of smudging around, smushing around. So I'm going to give it a good second to dry a little bit onto the paper so that when I pull it up, it really does adhere. If I pull it up right now, it's going to just pull that layer of paint off, and I'm not going to get a print. All right, that was fun. If I'd waited a little longer, I probably would have gotten a little more paint off, but that's okay because I'm going to back this up with this green and see about pulling another print. And then I'm going to do something cool with my prints today. That's my goal. I'm going to do something on that one. Feeling inclined here. I love this this particular. This is not Dina Wakley. This is a Crafter's Home maybe. No, who's this? Anyway, I love this stencil. It's a good one. And I'm going to do this a couple times because nice. Because I can. So it ended up nice and thick. So I can get a couple of different pulls of this. Might not get much of a pull on this second one, or this last one. Yeah, not really. Okay. But this one looked good. In fact, I might just leave that one that way. That one looks nice and stark. That's kind of cool. I'm going to do a couple more things. One more with this. So this is me being a little intentional, which is not always how I do things. Sometimes, often I just play and let what happens happens, but today I'm being thoughtful about it. So, you know, live your art is a great motto. I am more and more living my art in my life. Both owning this company and doing the work that I'm doing with becoming an art therapist. And so I really encourage you all to lean into it. Your creativity can be a path to fulfillment, but also career and socially, and just all sorts of ways to connect via creativity, either connecting with yourself or with other people. I know so many of you follow different artists and you talk about them like you know them, and that's what art does. It connects people, even if it's just remotely. So really hope that you all take the advice. Live your art. That's kind of fun. I like that. I like the sort of grungy ones with the ghost prints in the background. That's kind of fun. Let me think. I think I'm going to do a couple prints where I pull up, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm just going to make some graphic blocks of color. On deli paper, which is translucent. Got a pretty good print, just those two things. So this is a fun, quick and easy way to make some collage fodder. If you're into the fodder movement at all, where you just throw down some elements, really vibrant elements, and just pull them up onto a piece of paper. So I was pretty intentional with my colors today. They're all coordinating. There's nothing particularly jarring about these colors working together. It's pretty intentional on my part. Okay, so there's a nice graphic representation of a lot of the imagery I was using. Some nice paint interactions. Don't tell Dina I'm using a heat gun. She doesn't like that. Alright, I wanted to show you a little bit of what we're going to be doing tonight. We're all going to get a chance to use this stamp. And we are going to create some paper dolls. And then we're going to use them in a spread. So if that sounds fun to you, we still have a couple seats left. This class does fill up though, so if you're interested, I'd sign up soon. Okay, so what I like to do at this point is gives me, I forget sometimes where the camera is. Gives me some organic shapes to work with in terms of the body. And just touch strips like that. Make this one a little more organic. And, you know, when we use them tonight, we will not be using such long versions because the size that we work in is much smaller. Then what we can do is take some of our pieces and start thinking in terms of layering them together to create bodies for our dolls. That's kind of the purpose tonight. We'll be playing around with her collage elements and her paints. But this is another approach to it in terms of using your Geli prints later. I'll give you, here are some of the collage elements you're going to get in the class tonight, so you can imagine how these are going to interplay with each other. And you can see that the palette is really pleasant. So yeah. So I hope that encourages you to sign up. Come on down for tonight. Or just get your Geli plate out and play with the colors that you have at home. If you already have some of Dina Wakley's colors, or anybody's colors, obviously, just not just Dina Wakley's. But, you know, another thought of what to do with your Geli prints once you're done with them. Yeah, thanks for joining me today. And I will see you tomorrow for art journaling. All right, bye everyone.